What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about conditionals. Some students have problems with conditionals. Zero, the first, the second, and third, and some others, right? Let's begin with this. Zero conditional is about present simple plus present simple. I mean, we have if, and after that we have to write a sentence in present simple, and the next sentence, the main clause, is going to be in present simple too. That is for facts. I mean, something that never changes, something that is always the same. So, for example, in this case, I can say, if you study, you pass easily. Right? That's a fact. It says, hey man, I have an exam and I don't know what to do. It's like, have you studied? That's a good idea, right? The exam is about unit 1. What do you have to do? Exactly, you have to study unit number 1. So when you use zero conditional, it is for facts. In this case, it means that if you study unit number 1 and the exam is about unit number 1, it is for sure you will pass, right? That's a zero conditional. Facts. Also, for example, if you say, if you touch fire, you get burned. You see? That's a fact. It is not possible to say, hey, I am touching fire and nothing happens. Hey, look, this is a different fire. That doesn't exist, right? Whenever you touch fire, you get burned. That's a fact. Okay? Let's move to the next one, right? We have in this case first conditional, right? First conditional is for probability or possibility, you know? We say, for example, in this case, we are going to use if plus a sentence in present. But in this case, the difference is that the main sentence, the next sentence, is going to be in future will. Right? Well, usually future will. We have other options, but in this case, we are only focusing on that. Future will. Okay? For example, it says, if I see her, I'll tell her the truth. You see? If I see her, I'll tell her the truth. It means that 50-50. You know that? Maybe yes, maybe no, perhaps, yeah. Possible, but not sure, or it is probable, you know. Other example would be, if I have money, I will go to the cinema. What is the idea? Well, in this case it says money the same as cinema. No money, no cinema, right? It is not sure. Maybe I have a lot of things to pay. Maybe I have a lot of things to buy, right? So even when I have, even when I want to go to the cinema, it is not for sure I will go, right? Or even if I have money, it is not for sure that I will go, right? So because maybe that money is for other things. Okay. Now the next part, next conditional, second conditional. Second conditional is about imaginary situations, right? And reality in the present. In this case, the structure is going to be if and the next sentence in past simple and the main sentence would. Usually would, right? Would. So, for example, it says, if I had the book, I would study. What is the reality? That I don't have the book and it is not possible for me to study, right? The reality is different. Other example would be, if I were a millionaire, I would buy a lot of cars, right? That is an imaginary situation. Why? Because I am not a millionaire. I am poor. I am a teacher. Okay, next would be like negative also, right? If I didn't pay attention, I wouldn't understand. What is the reality? that I always paid a lot of attention, so I understand easily. I understand everything, and it is not difficult for me to pass exams. Okay? The next conditional, third conditional, it is going to be about unreality in the past, right? Something we would like it to be different. Okay? In Spanish, we say something like hubiera, right? That's a third conditional. The structure is going to be if plus the sentence in past perfect, I mean have, remember? And the second sentence, the main sentence, is going to be about would have, would have, would have, okay? For example, in this case, if you had told me, I wouldn't have come. What is the reality? You didn't tell me anything. So I came here. You see? Other example would be like, if I had known the answers, I would have passed the test. What is the reality? That I didn't know the answers, so I couldn't pass the exam. You see? Anyway, other conditional, wish, right? Wish. Usually when you say wish, that's for, well, in Spanish we say deseo, right? I wish to go, I wish to study, I wish to have something, right? Deseo, deseo, deseo. Deseo ir, deseo estudiar, deseo tener tiempo. Okay? But in this case, when you're talking about the conditional way, the translation is going to be a little bit different. My recommendation is that you use ojalá. That is going to be the best way of using it in real life. For example, the first part. Let's check it out. When you say wish, okay, you're going to use the next sentence in past simple. Well, if you refer to present and reality, okay? For example, it says, I wish I were a millionaire. What is the reality? I am not a millionaire. So the translation, it says, ojalá fuera millonario. Now we can use other one. For example, it says the classical example, which is, I wish you were here. Translation, ojalá estuvieras aquí. What is the reality? You're not here. You're far, far away from me. Got it? Other one, it says, I wish she spoke French. What is the reality? She doesn't. She doesn't speak French. Right? That says, ojalá ella hablara francés. Yeah? I wish she spoke French. But the reality is different. She doesn't. She cannot help me. Okay? That is also possible for past ideas. For example, I wish I had known the truth. You see? Ojalá hubiera sabido la verdad. You see? Now, other conditional, for example, in this case, we can mention is it's time. It's time is for when you say it's time to go, es hora de irnos, yes. But in this case, when we have a conditional idea, the translation is going to change. The translation is going to be different. So we say it's time plus a sentence in past, right? Past simple. For example, it says, it's time you had a job. Reality? You don't have a job. It's time you spoke Russian. Okay? Now, the translation for it's time in the conditional way is ya es para que. Ya es para que. Yeah? Ya es para que tuvieras un trabajo. It's time you had a job. Ya es para que hablaras ruso. It's time you spoke Russian. You see? Now, it's time it is possible in past with past perfect too, for real past, remember? Similar to the third conditional. Each time she had arrived. Ya es para que hubiera llegado. You see? But she didn't. Or she hasn't. Okay? We have more conditionals. We have like 18 or something like that. But my recommendation is that you master this, right? Remember, in this particular case, which helps a lot, is that you remember the structures. If you remember the structures, you will have no problems in exams, okay? And the most important part, you will have no problems when you're trying to use them in real life. Remember, exams is just a small problem, you know, that is not the biggest deal. The most important part is that you can communicate in such a way other people say, oh, come on, your English is really good, right? Okay, so check the video. I will give you more examples in the future. We will check more conditionals in the future, but I need you to check this, right? And practice a lot. Please visit my website www.fuckingenglish.tk. If you have more ideas, suggestions, or comments, please let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, share, and see you soon.